Hey y'all, I'm back. Today I'm going to be giving you guys a eyebrow tutorial. Because normally during my makeup tutorials, my eyebrows are already done. Just to, take some of the time away because I know people like straight to the point videos. So today I'm going to give you guys a detailed eyebrow tutorial using two different products. For one eyebrow, I'm going to use the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in dark brown. This is what I normally use, but literally it's time to give it up. Like, I done used it all the way. So I'm trying to figure out another good product to use. I've heard about the Eyebrow and the ColourPop Cosmetics pomade. So I may try one of those. And then for the other eyebrow, I'm just going to be using a regular... Let me go get a brown pencil. I'm going to be using a brown pencil. This is not brown. I thought this was brown. But I'm going to be using a brown pencil for the other eyebrow. So to start off with, I'm going to show you with the pomade. I use the Dip Brow, the LA Girl Pro Conceal in Fawn, just to clean it up around the edges. And I use a flat brush to conceal. My spoolie and my angled brush are on the same thing. This is Ruby Kisses. I think it was like $2.99 at the beauty supply store. So that was real cheap. I like that. Or I use just an angled brush from e.l.f. that's $1. So, excuse me if I'm looking down because I'm trying to look in the mirror and in the camera. So first, I make sure all my brows are going in the same direction and are not so much brushed down, but up a little bit to where I can see my arch. I used to get my eyebrows waxed, but I didn't had too many horror experiences at the nail place with them taking my whole eyebrow off. So the last two times I've been getting my eyebrows threaded, and they really last a month, and it do hurt a little bit. I'm not even gonna lie. In the sound of it, I think it's more so the sound of it ripping your the hairs out. But once you get past that, your eyebrows be on fleek, honey. They get that arch right. So I take a little bit. I make sure that my angled brush is, like, I'll flatten it like I flatten this one. And I make sure it's really straight. So I line under my eyebrow first. All the way down to the tail, and I make sure the tail of my eyebrow is darker than the front, because I like bold eyebrows, but not too bold where it look like two black blocks on your face. So then I make sure I define my arch, and then I go into the tail again. And on this part, I just take the remainder of whatever is on the brush and I start filling in the inside. Okay. So then I'll start going more towards the front of my eyebrow. And some people say, like, I know they're like, don't do the ombre eyebrows. I'm not going for no ombre look, but I do want the front of my eyebrow to be lighter than the end of my eyebrow. And I'm going to show y'all how I do that too. So I take my time right here. I don't want it to be too dark, but I make sure that it's filled enough to where there's no patches or no spaces. Because don't nobody like a patchy looking eyebrow. You don't want no cut. You're not trying to be in the gang, or they ain't the fashion. I don't want no little slit in my eyebrow like Omarion. So then I start doing an up and down motion right here. And I don't necessarily go all the way up. I just go halfway in the front. And then I continue to feel towards the back. And I'm taking the product towards the back again. Okay. So during that time, before I conceal or anything, I'll take my spoolie and I'll start going through my eyebrows again just to spread out the product and to make it look a little more natural. Natural brows look good, especially bold natural brows. Those are popular. So sometimes I'll go back up under the line because I know once I conceal, it might be a little lighter than I like. Okay. So, and then I may go a little further than where I was filling in, and I'm going to show you why. Okay. So once I'm done with that for now, because I may go back in, I take my concealer, and you can see I always put my concealer on my hand. I feel like people who just go straight under their eyebrow, you end up messing up the arch, and you're going to have to go back in and refill, and it start looking messy, and I don't like that. Okay, so I'll slowly start concealing. I think it's very important to conceal under your eyebrows. Regardless if your eyebrows are done or not, it just gives you a more clean look. And then if I use too much product, I'll just drag it down into my eyelid if I'm wearing eyeshadow that day. And I'll go like this. But I'll go all the way down. Okay. Okay, and so far I like it, but I know I'm going to go back in and fix it a little bit before I conceal the top. Well, actually I'll do that first. I don't go, you see how I went all the way across and I concealed on the bottom. I don't do that necessarily at the top because I feel like once you do your makeup and you put the flash on, you see that two light lines. Some people do not blend, and I cannot stand that. Like, you have to blend or your eyebrows are going to look stupid. I feel like people give you too much, you know what, for filling in your eyebrows, period. So why not do it right? So I just really like to conceal the top because I know most of the time the tail is already, you making sure that's fleeky when you're filling it in. So I just conceal the top like that. Then I'll go back in and maybe, you know, try to clean up a little bit more. And then, you know, I had left a little longer little mark there. I'll probably fill in a little bit more. I think that just gives it a more natural look when it's not so even. And I'll clean it up a little bit more. Then I'll go back and brush them brows again. And that's how I do my brow with the pomade. So now I'm going to come back once I get this brown pencil, and I'm going to show you how I fill it in with the pencil. I think it's just a cheaper alternative because this is $18 and don't nobody want to keep spending $18. It is really good and it does last a long time, but $18 versus $1 or $2 pencil. I mean, me, I'm cheap, so I just want to make sure you guys have a little inexpensive alternative, something you can find at the beauty supply store or CVS or Walmart. And I got this from Sephora. Now that I said that. So give me a second and I'll be right back. Okay. So I found the pencil and I'm going to be using an NK light brown pencil. It's a retractable pencil because I couldn't find my sharpening pencil. So we're going to have to work with what we got. So my eyebrow is already brushed. You know you have a Walmart eyebrow and a Gucci eyebrow. This is my Gucci eyebrow. So I do pretty much the same thing. Somebody outside my house. So I lined it. This may look a little different just because this is a light brown and this is a dark brown, but it's just examples. I wouldn't go out the house like this. So I'm gonna arch again. I bring it down. I feel like using a pencil is a little easier for some people. I'm just so used to using a pomade that it comes a little easy for me. And I haven't used a pencil in a while, so. So you can take light strokes. I'm gonna brush as I go along because I feel like it's going on real smooth, so it may be a lot more product that I don't need. I actually like how it's going on though. I'm gonna have to start using this. Lining up, lining up. Remember, don't go all the way up. Okay. I feel like the pencil gives you a more natural look too, without you having to do so much work. And it's a lot easier to create an arch if you don't have one. And remember, your eyebrows are sisters, not twins. Some people can get their eyebrows identical, but I'm just not one of them people. Make sure you still keep it a little lighter at the front of the brow, more so than your tail. So I'm gonna try. I feel like it already is a little bit darker at the end, so I'm just gonna finish up. This technique is a lot easier than using a pomade too. So normally it takes me like 10 minutes to do my eyebrows just because I do them so much, but this may be an even shorter, little process. It looks so natural. Let me get close just in case y'all can't see. It looks really, really natural, and I like that. So I did have the product, the concealer on my hand, but it kind of dried up. So let me use it. Put some more on my hand. Use this. And I don't know if I said it, but this is in the color Fawn, and that is GC983. Well, of course, and the name is on the bag. I normally use Fawn, but sometimes I do use Warm Honey if I don't have this. And if I don't want more of a highlighted look under my eyebrow, I use Toffee. So you just have to figure out what color fits for you. Still the same way. I bring the concealer down so it won't be so hard to blend. It's so thick. Okay. And then I'm gonna show y'all another step that I do. This is when I go out though. Like, I don't do this on a regular day. So now that they're done, that's the pencil brow and that's the dip brow. I use my powder that I normally set with, and that's the Air Spun. I just showed y'all that in the last video, and it's in the translucent extra coverage. And sometimes I'll get like a makeup brush. This one is just an e.l.f. eyeshadow brush, and I'll take some of the powder and I'll just dab it under there just to set in the concealer. Cause I don't know about nobody else, but if it's really, really hot, I sweat in weird places. So I'll sweat under my eyebrows, and I feel like you'll get that shine and your eyebrows not as fleeky as they could be. I know some people use brow gel to set their brows, but I've only used it one time, and I don't really know a good one to get, so I'm not gonna spend my money. And this is working for me right now, so I'm good. And there you go. This one is actually a little bit lighter, and I kind of like it. And I feel like that will work with when my hair is like red or a funny color, because I'm always dyeing my hair. So I really do like this eyebrow. And then there's the dip brow one again. And y'all leave in the comments which one y'all like the best and which technique y'all like the best. And also let me know if you've tried any other dip pomade, not dip brow, any pomade. Let me know which ones work good. Some that are inexpensive and they not $18. So that's the end of my little eyebrow tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.